DC here. Hi guys. Okay, oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. Okay, DC here. Hi guys. Now I'm gonna take them off. I'm getting sick of these glasses after a while. I just can't see through them. I thought I'd do a little bit of a vlogging. One of the reasons I'm doing this is that I just can't get on YouTube tonight, and maybe I'll be able to upload something later on. But we were talking about addiction at one point, and man, oh man, oh man, are we addicted? We were talking about smoking. For a lot of people, smoking is an addiction. For some of us, even myself included, I like to take a glass of wine every now and then. Maybe it's an addiction, maybe it isn't, but it is a pleasure. YouTube goes in the same way. Have you ever noticed when you put up a vid, you really like to see what you get for comments, don't you? And on the other hand, when there's too many of them, it's like, oh, I gotta answer all these things. And since I know that at the other end of every comment is a real person, I just sometimes I put, just thank you or whatever. On the other side of things is that I do know that if people put time to making a real comment, a few sentences, they thought about it, and then I feel, well, I should answer as well, because at the end of every comment is a person, and very often at every one of these names I can put a face on there, and maybe that's the addiction. They talk about, at least here in Switzerland, they talk about Web 2.0, and YouTube is part of this Web 2.0. Web 2.0 is basically social interactions, and that's what we're doing, aren't we? I mean, a lot of us are having social interactions which are actually going even further. I mean, here we are sending, some of us are given our exchange addresses. We're sending packages, sending mails, making personal messages. We're getting to know each other, and the sense is that we're really getting to know each other it's not in the virtual sense. We're getting to know each other in the real sense. I mean, when I listened to a video, I was listening to a Tweetness just a bit before, and I was listening, and I thought, like, well, that's the way she would react, wouldn't it? I mean, isn't it? I mean, it's the type of thing that I would expect from her. It's the type of thing I would expect from somebody else. That we're actually getting to know each other, and we're passing by the stage where we are virtual persons, virtual persons for one another, to where we're becoming really real persons for one another. Now, that is weird. I mean, here we are. Most of us know ourselves from YouTube. We're looking at ourselves on the screen. We are two-dimensional persons. I don't know if you see what I mean. I mean, we're like virtual persons which are becoming real. I have never played this game called Sims, which basically means simulation. But we are past this simulation stage. The person at the other end is real. We maybe went on to YouTube because it was a really virtual, fun thing to do, but now we're reacting to real people. Okay, I know I'm getting a little bit over the top here, but we are now using internet. We are now using YouTube to once again create relationships, communicate, and if any of you were on the net, like, goodness sakes, I was on the net in 1995 already. These were the first chat rooms, and I don't know if you remember them, but sometimes we would go into these chat rooms, and all there was some idiot who was screaming, "Ah!" But there were some times that you could actually have some real chats with people. And I remember actually when I was in one of these chat rooms, and I'm telling you, this is like this is at least, wow, this is like 13 years ago. I was on a chat room and I was talking to somebody, typing like that, and the person at the other end, with some whatever the name was, said to me, "Stats." And I had no idea what the person meant. And I said, "What do you mean by stats?" Well, it was like age, sex, and whatever. It wasn't. Then by sex, it didn't mean do you have it or not. It was like male, female, and so on. And that was when I got off chat rooms, because the person I was chatting with was a 13-year-old girl. And I thought, like, wait a minute. Now, I will chat with somebody. I don't mind chatting with a 13-year-old girl in a way, if I know. But if I end up chatting with somebody that I don't know anything about, I don't want to do that. I mean, we're getting on the edge here, and that's not the type of thing that I would do. I'm going around circles here. But the thing is that that's why I love YouTube, actually, is that most of the time we see who we're chatting with. And if I'm chatting with somebody who's 13 years old, I'll know they're 13 years old. I mean, if I'm chatting with somebody like Tweetness, who looks like if she's 25, maybe she's a little bit older, I don't know, but I mean, she looks really good. But then I know that I'm chatting with somebody who is real. It's not virtual. How did I get here? Gee, I don't know. It's one of these things, have you ever noticed that when you start doing a vlog, or vlog, or whatever you want to call it, you just kind of go on and on and on and on and on. And then at one point you don't know where you are anymore. The thing is that YouTube's out. I want to chat with somebody, end up with you. Are you a 13-year-old boy or girl? Maybe not. But the thing is, you are a person at the other end. You're a real person. And actually, the people that I know who are listening to me now, most of you, I can put a face on the person who writes a comment on that bar. And that's what's beautiful with this thing, is that I have come to know real people. And one of my greatest desires is, I must have been drinking tonight. Actually, I have, but that's not actually why I'm having problems talking. I just think I'm a bit tired. It's been a terrible week. But one of my greatest desires, actually, is to, at one point in my life, meet the people that I have come to really appreciate and love on YouTube. Okay, that's it. That's for tonight. DC signing off, and take care.